Have you ever paused before posting something on Instagram and thought, "This angle looks better," or "I look happier in this one"? You pick a filter, adjust the brightness, edit the background, but without realizing it, you're not just choosing a photo. You're choosing an identity, or at least the version of yourself you want the world to see. Carl Jung once said that every human wears a mask. He called it the persona. It's the social face we present to the world, the version of us that's acceptable, admired, and loved. Today, that mask has found its perfect home, your Instagram profile. We used to wear our masks in front of society. Now we wear them in front of screens. Jung never said the persona was evil. He said it was necessary. It protects us, helps us belong. But the danger begins when the mask starts to stick to the face, when the image becomes more important than the person behind it. Instagram is exactly that threshold, a place where everyone wants to be seen but doesn't want to be. Think about it. Why do we feel a strange tension before posting? Why does the question, "Will they like it?" echo in our heads? Because Instagram isn't just a social platform, it's a stage for identity construction. Every post isn't just a moment, it's a story about who we think we are. Jung said, "Man's greatest desire is to be seen, his greatest fear is to be truly seen." And Instagram is where this contradiction plays out in full color. We want visibility, but we don't want vulnerability. Filters, captions, poses, they're all modern masks. Look, I'm happy. Look, I'm successful. Look, I'm in control. But what if beneath every smiling post there's a shadow whispering, "I'm tired"? Jung's shadow isn't evil, it's simply the parts of ourselves we hide. When we suppress them, they don't disappear, they wait. And the more we hide behind perfection, the more disconnected we become from truth. So why do we need this? Because the gap between who we are and who we should be keeps growing. Society tells us what to post, how to smile, when to share. We no longer ask, "Who am I?" We ask, "How should I look?" The self becomes a performance. Your digital version isn't you, it's your persona 2.0. Have you ever had a bad day and still posted something beautiful? Maybe a sunset, a cup of coffee, a quote about peace. But deep down you felt empty. That's your mask speaking. "I'm fine," it says, while your shadow quietly whispers, "I'm not." Jung warned that people who hide their darkness become slaves to it. And for many, Instagram has become the most elegant form of hiding. Everyone's visible, but no one's truly seen. Every story is a small cry, "I'm here, don't forget me." Every like isn't just dopamine, it's validation. Yes, you exist. We see you. But being seen isn't the same as being known. Attention is momentary, connection is lasting. And somewhere between filters and hearts, we lost that depth. From Jung's perspective, this is the unconscious trying to speak. The need to be seen, the hunger for attention, is a spiritual hunger. The ego posts, but it's the soul that's really speaking. Algorithms have become our modern mirror. In Jung's time, people sought respect. Today we seek engagement. The soul hasn't changed, only the method has. But what happens when we confuse the mask for the face? Jung said, "The person who looks outside dreams, the one who looks inside awakens." Instagram keeps us looking outward, at others' lives, others' beauty, others' highlights. But awakening begins when we dare to look within, when we realize we've been performing our lives instead of living them. The solution isn't deleting the app, it's consciousness. It's knowing that the mask exists and choosing when to wear it. It's being brave enough to show imperfection, to post not to impress, but to express. Because your real self doesn't need filters, it needs honesty. But right here, we arrive at perhaps the most important question. How? How do we shed this mask? Jung didn't just show us the problem, he also offered us a roadmap. According to him, enlightenment, or as he called it, individuation, begins with finding the courage to face yourself. In the Instagram world, this means turning down the screen brightness and looking into your own inner darkness. The first step is awareness. Before every post, ask yourself, is this me, or is this who I want to be? Most of the time, the answer is the latter, and asking this question alone is already beginning to loosen the mask. According to Jung, the unconscious constantly speaks to us, but we don't listen. Every fear of not being liked on Instagram, every anxiety about not being seen, is actually a message from the unconscious. There's a wound here, look at this. Maybe you weren't seen enough in childhood. Maybe you learned to earn love through performance in your family. Maybe you learned to value yourself only through others' approval. Instagram doesn't scratch this wound, it just makes it more visible. The second step is facing the shadow. The shadow is one of Jung's deepest concepts. The aspects of ourselves that society doesn't accept, and therefore we reject too. Jealousy, anger, ambition, insecurity, fear of failure. These aren't bad emotions, they're suppressed energy. Everyone looks perfect on Instagram because nobody shows their shadow. But as Jung said, until you make peace with your darkness, it will always appear before you and you will call it fate. Facing the shadow isn't about accepting it, it's about recognizing it. Yes, sometimes I'm jealous. Yes, sometimes I'm lonely. Yes, sometimes I feel like a failure. These confessions don't make you weak, they make you real. And reality is the foundation of connection. Think about it. Which posts on Instagram do you connect with most? The perfect ones or the real ones? When someone says, I had a really hard day today, doesn't something soften inside you because that person lowered their mask? And when the mask is lowered, souls begin to speak. The third step is transitioning from performance to living. This is the essence of Jung's individuation process, living with your own essence, not with society's expectations. Instagram constantly invites you to define yourself from the outside. How many followers do you have? How many likes did you get? Did your post go viral? But these questions never answer, who am I becoming? Transitioning from performance to living is choosing to live to feel, not to be watched. When you see a sunset and your first thought is, this is beautiful, instead of, I should share this, change has begun. Because in that moment, experience came before performance. According to Jung, modern man's greatest illness is loss of meaning. Everything is superficial, everything is fast, everything is performance. But the soul wants depth, it wants silence, it wants meaning. Using Instagram consciously means making it a tool for expression, not performance. What you share doesn't define you, but how you share shows who you are. The fourth step is integrating opposites. Jung said that humans aren't just light or just darkness, but a balance of both. Like yin and yang, Instagram teaches you to be one-sided, always happy, always strong, always in control. But life isn't like that. Life has waves, sometimes up, sometimes down, sometimes strong, sometimes fragile. Accepting these opposites is the key to integration. If you had a hard day, you don't need to hide it. If you're happy, you don't need to exaggerate it either. Being as you are doesn't mean not wearing a mask. It means knowing when the mask is necessary and when it's not. Looking professional at a job interview is a mask, but it's not a lie. The lie is thinking that mask is you. Jung said, the integration of personality is recognizing both one's light and darkness. Being able to share both your successes and your struggles on Instagram is an expression of this wholeness. The fifth step is separating connection from validation. Instagram's algorithm is built on validation. Likes, comments, shares, they all tell you you're valuable. But this value comes from outside, and everything that comes from outside is temporary. The essence of Jung's teaching is that value comes from within. If you only value yourself when others approve, you've become enslaved. Freedom is knowing how to exist without approval. Connection, however, is deeper. Connection is the moment when two souls lower their masks. The algorithm can measure how many people you reached, but it can't measure who you truly connected with. Maybe 1,000 people like your post, but none of them understand you. Maybe one person writes, "This was so deep, thank you," and there, in that moment, is real connection. According to Jung, modern man's greatest loneliness is being seen but not understood. Instagram makes you visible but doesn't make you understood. Being understood begins with understanding yourself first. The sixth step is not digital detox, but digital consciousness. Many people say Instagram is harmful and suggest deleting it. But Jung teaches us that the problem isn't outside, it's inside. Instagram is a tool. How you use it is a reflection of who you are. If you're anxious on Instagram, you're anxious in life. If you're validation dependent on Instagram, you are in life too. Deleting the app doesn't delete the need inside you, but using it consciously transforms that need. Digital consciousness begins with these questions. Why am I scrolling? What am I feeling? Does this make me feel good or bad? Am I looking at others' lives and feeling inadequate, or am I inspired? When the answers are honest, change begins. Maybe you'll realize that opening Instagram in the morning causes you to start the day badly. Then you change the habit. Maybe you'll realize that following certain accounts makes you unhappy. Then you unfollow. Consciousness is power, and power is making choices. The seventh and final step is accepting yourself as you are. This is the heart of Jung's entire teaching. Individuation isn't about being perfect, it's about being whole. Being whole is embracing all your parts, the beautiful and the ugly. Instagram sells you perfection, but perfection is a lie. No one is always happy, no one is always strong, no one is always in control. And accepting this is liberation. Accepting yourself as you are doesn't mean loving your flaws. It means making peace with them. Yes, sometimes I feel unattractive. Yes, sometimes I fail. Yes, sometimes I feel lost. And that's me too. This confession isn't weakness, it's courage. Because in the modern world, the bravest thing is to be real. As Jung said, being ordinary requires the greatest courage, because everyone is trying to appear extraordinary. But real power is being able to lower the mask and say, I'm just human. Now think, who will you be in your next post? The persona or the real you? Will you share for likes or for expression? When you watch others' lives, will you feel inadequate or will you focus on your own journey? Jung would tell you, the mirror only shows what you dare to look at. Instagram is that mirror. And maybe, just maybe, this time you'll dare to look a little deeper. Not just to be seen, but to truly be. Because at the end of the day, the most important question isn't, how many people saw me? The most important question is, did I see myself? And if your answer is yes, that's when the masks begin to fall. That's when, even in the middle of the digital world, you begin to exist as a real human being. So what does your digital reflection say about you? Where does the real you end and the persona begin? Maybe your story will help someone else find their own reflection in the mirror. Maybe your awareness will be the light someone else needs, and maybe all together we'll learn to share a little more consciously. Not just to be seen, but to truly be.